So today we're back with another haul video. Now it's actually been quite a while since I've done one of these, so I figured now would be a good time to bring this back. We've got 5 fragrances here that I've just recently picked up from FRAGRANCEBUY.ca. I have not smelled any of these yet, so I'm going to be trying them live on camera and let you guys know what I think of them. And I do have to let you know FRAGRANCEBUY is the sponsor of this video, and the reason why we're getting together and doing this here is because they are having a massive sale starting today, the 28th, and running through until Sunday at midnight. The details are really simple here. You can get 8% off if you spend over $71 US by using the code MYSTERY8. Or you can get an extra 10% off plus free shipping on orders over $119 with the coupon code FRAGBUY8. I will put all this information on the screen and also down in the description. One thing important to keep in mind is this sale is on top of their already discounted prices. So this is an 8 to 10% off on top of their already low prices here. One of my favorite things about FRAGBUY is they often get in and carry some fragrances which are a bit harder to find. I guess you could call them hidden gems. And they don't inflate the prices like crazy on those either. So make sure you go over there, do some shopping around. You might be able to pick up some stuff that is hard to get elsewhere anymore. So with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right into this haul. I think we'll just run through them one at a time here, starting off with Mr. Burberry Element. So this one is relatively newer. I don't know if it came out in 2020 or this year. Can't remember for sure, but we'll dive into this and see what it's all about. Now, one thing I do know is I haven't seen this one covered a whole lot yet, so we'll see if it's any good or, what the deal's going on. Here's what the bottle looks like. Your typical Mr. Burberry fashion has the bow tie around the collar there. Cap clicks into place nicely. Let's go ahead and get this one on a tester strip and see what we have. Nice atomizer. Let's see what we have going on here. So it's ozonic, very bright, very fresh. Almost has a little bit of a watery feel. Uplifting and cooling. Definitely going to be a summer-based scent. I get a little bit of an amberwood sweetness along with that citrus, that ozonic, kind of aldehydic opening as well. Nice little combination of notes here. This one's actually pretty pleasant. Now, ideally, I would be spraying these on skin, but we are going through 5 different fragrances here, and so I don't want to have a whole muddled cluster mess all over my skin and mixing things up. So we'll just do tester strips, and my favorite ones I'll come back at some point and do a full review on. But yeah, I actually really like how this comes across. This would be something that's super wearable, super pleasant, probably a big time compliment getter. Very nice. This one is an eau de toilette. Maybe would have been nicer to see, an eau de parfum or something, but is what it is. Performance and that sort of thing will be tested in the future. But this is pretty solid. Maybe a bit on the boring side, but still pretty pleasant. Next up, we're going to go with Aqua Essenziale Blu, right? Yep. Obviously, quite an ugly box. I went with a tester on this one. Unfortunately, don't get a cap with that, but it's not really a big deal. Here's what the bottle looks like. Very nice look. Obviously, a blue gradient. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is their take on a blue fragrance style thing. I've seen this one hyped up a little bit, and I really like fragrances from this line. Aqua Essenziale Colonia, fantastic. Done by Alberto Marias. I don't know for sure if he did this one. You guys can let me know down below. I haven't really looked this one up all that much. But like I said, I did see it get mentioned, thrown around, getting a little bit of hype. So I want to try it for myself. Let's get it on there. Another nice atomizer. Let's see what we have. There's a bit more of a sweetness than I was initially expecting. This cooling, refreshing sweetness, but with this nice blue kind of makeup here in the base. Primarily a blue freshness. One thing I will say is that it doesn't smell like Sauvage or Dylan Blue or Aqua Atlantique or any other blue fragrance. It's actually original. So as original as a blue fragrance can be, of course. But essentially what I'm saying is this isn't coming across as a clone to anything else, which is always nice. I really like that. It's wearable, it's inoffensive, it's pleasant, and it's also going to be very affordable. FRAGRANCEBUY has this one for a really good price. This is the type of thing that you could pick up and wear to work, wear to school, whatever. It could be a great signature scent. This one is also an eau de toilette. Performance will have to be judged on, but who knows, it might do pretty well there. Next up, let's do L'Aventure Intense. Of course, I had to grab this one because it is everyone's favorite, a Creed Aventus clone, a relatively newer one from the line as well. So here is the presentation, just remove the cellophane. I really like that. That's cool. This is another one that does not cost a whole lot of money at all, very affordable. I believe, yeah, there's a little bit of a magnetic closed there. Here's your bottle, already getting it fingerprinted up, or actually, you know what, I did not fingerprint that up. That's just how it came. So that's one thing to keep in mind here. This is obviously not going to be the fault of FRAGRANCEBUY, but this came scuffed, I believe, or smudged, because I didn't touch the front of it as far as I'm aware. Just from rattling around in the box, you can see on the side here, you can really see that good. Just, you know, as it's been transported from the supplier to wherever else it goes, it's got a little bit of a scuffing. Not a big deal for me, but for some of you, you know, you might not like that so much. So something to keep in mind there. So this is the cap. It's interesting. It's got like an actual rubber piece around the cap here. So that's different. We will go ahead and get this one on a piece of paper and see how it compares to the almighty king, Aventus. You know, it's funny, they're kind of nailing the quality control thing with the bottle to mimic Creed. So, you know, they got that part down. Yeah, definitely a black currant and apple heavy Aventus opening. So it's really focusing on those fruits, the freshness. You get that birch, you get that musk. It definitely opens up very bright, very Aventus-like. Like I said, for me, it's all about that black currant, the apple, the bergamot, which gives off the pineapple impression. There is no actual pineapple note in any sort of Aventus fragrance. They don't use an actual pineapple note. They have usually a high-quality, different form of a bergamot to give off this pineapple impression. And that's what I'm getting here. It comes across almost more bergamot-y than pineapple-y with that sweetness from the black currant. Musk woods. Smells very pleasant. Very nice off the top. So again, this one is an intense. It is an eau de parfum. I'd be curious to see the performance on this one. Maybe if you guys are interested enough, I will come back and do a full review on this one at some point. What I do like is the window in the front where you can see how much fragrance you have remaining. Might be kind of hard to see because this bottle is so reflective, but yeah, you can see what you got going on in there. So that's nice. Smells fantastic. If you like Aventus, you're going to like the smell of this. Now, quality is not going to be on the same level of the Creed, but for the price, it gets you pretty darn close here, with a nice little twist as well. Next up, Euphoria Gold for Men by Calvin Klein. Another tester here. I was just kind of trying to go through and grab the ones I had interest in. Typically, if I could save enough money on it to make it worth it, then I'll just go with the tester, because realistically, this is probably just going to sit on my shelf for most of the time anyway, unless it's really good, which sometimes that happens. So sometimes I can do without the cap in order to get a good deal on something. Let's get this one on paper and see. One I've been actually wanting to try for a while. And yeah, that is what I read online. It's a rose, kind of oud, essentially style of fragrance here. And from Calvin Klein, this is like just completely unexpected. Not going to be for everyone. Most Calvin Kleins would be, but not this one. You gotta like rose, you gotta like oud, you have to like earthier, spicier, warmer scents to really enjoy this one. Now for me, when it comes down to the effort involved in this, it's really well done. Quality is very nice, very smooth. It is a very nice rose note. However, this is the type of thing that I normally don't gravitate towards all that much, which is where I wouldn't wear it all that much as some other things out there. But quality and everything about this, the scent, it does come across really nice here. This one is also an eau de parfum. I'd be curious to check out the performance on this one as well. But seriously, well done. If you're looking for a affordable rose, oud, spicy, kind of Middle Eastern style fragrance, and you don't want to spend a lot of money, and you know you're okay with giving Calvin Klein a shot, check this out. I can't believe I'm saying that. You know, oud and Calvin Klein in the same sentence, and especially oud rose combination and Calvin Klein in the same sentence. That's crazy. But they actually really kind of did a great job here with this one. So I saved the best for last, or at least the one that I was most excited to try. This one is Polo Supreme Leather. I've actually been wanting to try this for a long time. They have a few of these in the Supreme line. I know they have this. They have Supreme Cashmere or something along those lines. And I don't know, maybe they have a couple more, but out of all of them, this is the one that I've been wanting to grab. And I believe I've had this in my cart a few different times, ended up removing it and just not getting it. You know, had it saved on my Fragrantica for a long time because it's something I've wanted. For whatever reason, I just never fully got around to getting it until now. So here's the bottle. Love the look of these bottles. Very classy, very elegant. Nice look. Nothing on the back, just Supreme Leather and the Polo logo in gold on the front. This one does appear to be an eau de parfum, which is cool. Now, my one gripe is the cap kind of sucks, in my opinion. It's very light. It may look heavy because it's gold colored. You maybe think that it's real gold when you take a look at the pricing of Polo's clothes, and even their fragrances aren't that cheap either. But no, it is not real gold. And actually, after you remove the cap a couple times, the press fit loosens up. So it's not a snap-on. It is a press fit. Not really a fan of that. Actually, you know what? It might be a click. I guess it is a click, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like a press fit and a click, a hybrid cap system. So big bucks here. Again, not bad, but I like to nitpick sometimes. Atomizer is great, and we'll get to the most important part, and that is the smell. And the smell is very pleasant. Now, definitely getting that leather right off the top, but I'm also getting a like a resinous sweetness in here, like a little bit of a smokiness, like a resinous incense leather combination. There's definitely a good amount of richness going on here, aside from just the leather note. It's a really nice take on leather. It's a very classy leather scent. It doesn't smell like Tuscan leather or ombre leather or anything like that, so you're not going to have a redundancy between those if you own either of those and you want to grab this one. It's a different take on leather. It's a different style. Now that it's settling down, I'm getting a bit more of a creaminess, a smoothness, and it's starting to kind of just open up and develop into something that's a bit more well-rounded. It did open up with some spiciness. It opened up with some authority, though. I mean, this will definitely grab your attention. But I think as it settles down, it'll smooth out, get a bit more warm, inviting, and the dry down, I think, will definitely be really good. Still being able to pick up on that leather. So, guys, that's going to do it for me. Those are 5 new fragrances to the collection that we tried today on camera. A nice little haul here. If you guys want me to do more fragrance hauls, let me know down below. And don't forget to take advantage of the sale Fragrance Buy is running. Again, it's live right now at the time of this video, so if you're watching this as I post it, go over there to their website and start shopping around. Make sure to utilize those discount codes that will be down in the description as well. And then this ends on Sunday the 31st at midnight. No exceptions. You can't email them the next day and say, hey, I partied a little bit too hard on Halloween and kind of missed the deadline, but can I use the code just one time and get the... Nope, that's not going to work. So make sure you stay focused. Make sure you don't party too hard and black out and miss out on the sale, because they don't do this all the time. Really kind of once or twice a year do they do something of this size in terms of a sale. So take advantage of it. Thanks to Fragrance Buy for making this video happen. Thanks to you guys for making this whole channel happen by watching my videos. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a great weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.